again, perhaps it's not the best subject matter in the world, but I was just thinking about relational dynamics and particularly conflict resolution. One of the things that comes up frequently for me as I'm out walking Luna, my Catahoula Leopard Australian Shepherd mix, is that people, when they see a dog, they think two things. Either it's going to come after me, or it's on a leash and it's tame, or its owner is going to, take care of it. So thinking about the relationship and the potential conflict there, usually the conflict occurs between two animals. When dog owners don't want their animal, or their dog in this case, to interact with another dog, they ask the dog to ignore it. And most dogs don't listen to that at all. They're basing their sound on, or their actions and whatnot, on scent, on making eye contact, and they're being either aggressive or non-aggressive look in their eye. And most dogs will think challenge or play. So I believe that more often than not, it's better to have your dogs loose. If your dog is one that is likely to bite another dog, yeah, definitely it should be kept on a leash and muzzled, or whatever need be. Or train it out of that behavior. Dogs can be easily socialized and trained away from behaviors that are not conducive to being around other animals. And also, if you're going to be out and about with your pet, consider a more isolated location where other pet owners are less likely to be, or to walking your dog somewhere where they can run with you or be alongside you, more so than in pathways and whatnot, where you're going to find other dogs and dog owners. Conflict resolution. The piece that I'm thinking of in conflict res has more to do with how people present themselves, how we present ourselves in relation to other people. First of all, how are you breathing? Are you breathing like up high in your chest, in your throat? Do you feel like you need to say something and you're not saying it? Where are you breathing? Where is it like a feeling of fear or scared? Take it down a notch. Breathe deeply. Come out of that fight or flight instinct. Also, it'll help your dog if you're with a dog, or it'll help other people around you, or it'll help a situation where you would have a conflict if you are in that state of fear. Within yourself, you're conflicted already. Excuse me, I had to choke up a little bit. I think I just need a little bit of liquid. So how you present yourself and how you approach other people, if you're in that state, is to reel it back into yourself. Breathe deeply. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. Make sure that you've had water. Make sure that you're feeding yourself, that you're not actually in a rush or off to somewhere quickly or whatnot. And if you are, slow it down a little bit, scale it back in, reel it back into being grounded and going forward from there. Often when we go into conflict, we don't really think about ourselves as the centerpiece as much as what the other person is doing in relation to us. And we often think, they are just opposing me and they're going to sit with that no matter what. Well, they're probably thinking the exact same thing. And if you can just come back into you and know what you need to say, know what you want to share. The other piece is they may not have the time right now. So comes back to another piece of finding the right time, finding the space to be present with this other person, the conflict, and resolving that conflict in a way that the other person can hear you and be able to paraphrase or say it back to you verbatim so that they're understanding, and also that you're present with them and that you're not pushing your agenda so much. If you are pushing an agenda, think about what you're trying to achieve and how that other person is already in opposition, and then you need to, scale it back in again to yourself. Find a way of coming into it calm, write it down ahead of time, approach it from a different place than you're used to doing. 9 times out of 10, it's because of the energy we're putting out into our conversations that we get instant resistance or that we get conflict. So just looking at that piece, I would say good luck with that, and I hope that you've gotten something out of this other than looking at the scenery as I'm driving, and that you have a little more of help and a tool going forward to, again, scale it back into and pull back into yourself, ground yourself, breathe deeply, get oxygen to that brain, get some water if you need water, feed yourself, take care of your basic needs, and then re-establish the connection. And again, finding a time, finding a place to be calm and going forward is much easier for the other person to be willing to meet you at the same place than it is to come at it with an attack or with a feisty let's get this shit done kind of attitude. While that is helpful at times, your other person is going to put up a wall immediately if they feel like they're being attacked, or if it's loud, or if they're being rushed into something. Nobody likes to be rushed into making a compromise, or rushed into having to make a compromise, because there's no other way. So thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and thank you for being good to yourself and good to the people around you, and for considering another perspective on how to interact, conflict resolution, and relational dynamics. Again, thank you for your time. Cheers.